Working 18-hour days, I slipped and I fell. Winter's up and hit me, I had to change well. There's no way to sustain it, you'll crash and burn. Will not be able to work and no way to earn. Change well, and then you can leave. Change well, and your kids you can feed. Turn your life around for the final bell. It's now or never, you have to change well. It's now or never, you must change well. Hello, and welcome to a special springtime edition of the Change Well podcast. Now, I just got back from a walk with my geriatric 14-year-old dog, Boots, in the spring of Texas, where bluebonnets are growing and everything smells just wonderful. And even Boots, with his old age, can get a little pep in the step as he goes out and walks around. But the problem is, if you have too much pep in your step and you start too early in spring trying to get exercise and don't take the proper precautions, you're going to end up like the little lame balloon man from the E.E. Cummings poem. And you knew I was going to go somewhere with poems. You know I love poetry. And before I jump into the rest of the podcast, I want to get a shout out to two of my favorite podcasts that I love to listen to. The first one is called The Daily Poem, and the second one is called The Well-Read Poem. And I listen to one or the other, or both, each day to get ideas of poems. But this one is an idea I had a long time ago when I tried to start my exercise routine again when it was just spring. And with all due appreciation to E.E. Cummings and probably some apologies, let me read you the poem before we launch into the 5 rules of wellness and how to stay healthy when it's just spring. In just spring, when the lame middle-aged man runs far and wee, and the ground beneath is puddle painful from too much running too soon, as the hobbled middle-aged man limps slowly far and wee. Again, we'll read E.E. Cummings' poem at the end, but with all due respect for E.E. Cummings, sometimes when it's just spring, you just want to get out. You've been cooped up in your house for too long in the cold, and you want to get out there and see the robins coming. I've got a great picture of a robin on my latest Facebook post. So everyone wants to get out and lose those extra 10 pounds of insulation that you got during the winter months. But before you go out and become the little lame woman or man, here are 5 rules to follow when it's just spring. First, obviously, take it slow. Walking that extra mile or two is always tempting when the weather gets warm and you see the nature all around you and the bluebonnets are in bloom. That's precisely what my wife and our dog Boots attempted to do on the trails of Brushy Creek just recently when it became spring. But even stopping at a sandwich shop for a quick bite after walking 2.5 miles to the sandwich shop, we struggled to make it back to our car. We ended up dragging our 70-pound huffing Bernese mountain dog the last few yards. We're still overcoming. So bottom line, you need to take it slow. The lesson is simple. Do not overdo it with the first flowers of spring. In the winter, it is a struggle to get out and even exercise at all with the cold. But don't try to catch up all in a single day. Take your time to slowly build up your miles so you too don't become like me and Boots, huffing and puffing the last mile. Second, do the essential. A corollary to the first rule we just discussed is to focus on the essential. I just read this book called Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less by Greg McKeown. And I got to tell you, it's a very key book for people trying to be successful in health and also in life. It is always easy to do less but better. So waking up after all this winter fog, it is tempting to try to do everything at once to get fit. We all want to get ready to be in our swimsuits and look good and ready for the summer. Maybe take up the latest diet, try some more fitness fads, and buy the newest exercise equipment from Amazon that will help you on your walking out in the bluebonnets. But it's better to focus on the essentials. Keep focus on essentials. Track the food you eat, diligently get plenty of sleep, and focus on the now. Don't do everything. Do the essential well to enjoy the spring and the new you. Okay, this is something I hate. I don't know. On my accompanying blog, you'll see an exclamation mark. I don't know why I did that. It's stretch. Okay, I'm about as flexible as the Tin Man. But, stretching is that oil to lubricate your muscles. And I know we all want to take off with the first hint of the bluebonnets in Texas, but doing any exercise, even walking, without first stretching is a recipe, quite frankly, for disaster. Take time to stretch. Even if you are similar to me and do not like stretching, I'll tell you how much I hate stretching. Okay. One time I really was trying to figure out how to get more flexible. So I decided to become and go into yoga and try yoga. Okay? So I'm a very intense individual. You can tell by how loud my voice is sometimes on these podcasts. And I went in there and I was stretching, and our yoga teacher kept saying, if you can't do the flexible, you can't do the stretch, make sure you just get in your happy place, which was the child pose. Okay, well, I was trying to do a sun salutation, and I was trying to stretch, and I lost my balance, crashed into the wall, and the lady next to me. So the yoga teacher ran up to me and said, are you all right? Are you all right? Get to your happy place. And I said, I'm so inflexible, I'll never be in a happy place. So don't be like me. Even a little stretching, all I do is, do a calf stretch, quad stretch, a few stretches. That will do a lot. And it'll lubricate your joints. And if you're the Tin Man like me from The Wizard of Oz, it'll lubricate your joints enough so you can follow the yellow flowered route. Fourth, another thing related to that is drink water. The temperature rise during the day can really sneak up on you, really, especially when you're in Texas. You start off with a sweatshirt in the morning, and then within an hour, you're sweating because the sweatshirt is too hot. So it is important to bring your water bottle to avoid being dehydrated, just as you are about to take a photo of that beautiful cardinal or the frolicking bunny that I spoke about earlier that happened on your path. Especially when you're somebody of my age, make sure you also scope out the bathroom situation ahead of time. Sometimes I bring a water bottle and I can't find a bathroom, so I'm not drinking, right? I don't know about you. I need to drink water, and when I don't know where the next bathroom is, I don't do it. So do a little pre-planning. Bring your water bottle and plan where you're going to take your bathroom breaks and stay hydrated. Lastly, the fifth rule, be in the moment. The flowers are in bloom and the sun is out. It is time to focus on the now and enjoy the new life of spring. One way to take it slow is to take in nature, sit on a bench, take a picture, lie in the bluebonnets like Boots the dog. Clear your mind of anxiety and enjoy the blooming beauty all around you. And just change well. And now to close, I'm going to read the real poem by E. E. Cummings, which is a little bit better and more helpful than mine. In just spring, when the world is mud luscious, the little lame balloon man whistles far and wee. And Eddie and Bill come running from marbles and piracies in its spring, when the world is puddle wonderful. The queer old balloon man whistles far and wee, and Betty and Isabel come dancing from hopscotch and jump rope, and it's spring, and the goat-footed balloon man whistles far and wee. Okay, that's the poem. I don't know, mine's not too bad, but this one is more about the greatness of spring. So until next week, change well.